Welcome back, everyone. This is Zach from Cue the Review with...
Oh, come on, Zach.
Oh, that was terrible. Should we start that over?
No, keep it going. You had one job.
I know.
This will be out in the airwaves.
English is my strong suit, clearly.
Good. Keep it going. Anyway, so, this is Mario, and here we have Mr. Tongue Twister himself, Zach.
Love it.
Say hello to the people. Come on, man.
Hello.
Yes. Great job. I love it.
Nailed it.
So, Zach, we've just started our first episode, and we already got a little bit of controversy, believe it or not.
Uh-oh. What'd you hear?
Oh, no, I didn't do any. Well, okay. So, obviously, if anybody has kept up with our episodes, I went off on a tangent on how, of course, Zack Snyder was making a religious Jesus Christ reference to Superman, and of course that led off to me saying, if he's going to make that many religious references, why not give him another shot with something else? Why not give him a tournament and have him go fly and go Allah, Yeah, people are like, dude, that's not PC,
Yeah, I had a feeling that might happen.
But at the end of the day, it's all in good fun. It's all satire. It's just two people having a conversation. Am I right?
Yes. Oh, yes. So
Absolutely.
for those who don't know us, I'm sure you'll get used to our antics and everything, but everything we do is always in good fun. But we always like hearing your reviews, good or bad. We always like any pointers we can get.
Just nice and catch, okay?
Yeah.
And for all of you guys that keep going, we will reward you with we will debut our feature film length movie. Give me more adjectives, Zach. Review of
the grand, magnificent, wonderful, full length.
We will keep secret for now, but just so you guys don't fret, we won't ghost on you, okay? I just want to make that clear.
That's ironic considering what we're going to review next.
Oh.
Well, not in this episode, but in the future. Ghost.
So yeah, Zach, are you ready for The Mummy?
I am so ready for this.
All right.
I have prepped for this.
Cue the review. Now, we have here The Mummy 2017 now, starring Brendan Fraser, and he's off to the pyramids, and oh wait, it is Brendan Fraser, right?
This is the return. I'm not the Mummy, but the return. Well, I guess it is the return of the Mummy because it's the return of Tom Cruise.
You mean Cum Cruise?
Yes.
Okay. So, anyways, first off, we hit the floor running with this bitch. So, I don't know about you, but I was getting some Transformers Revenge of the Fallen flashbacks with all of these explosions in Egypt.
I had to look it up. I was like, oh no, it is, what's the explosion guy's name?
Out Shia LaBeouf and just put him in there to make that scene where they were jumping out from building to building and the explosion.
Yeah, I was definitely getting those vibes. There was something about it. It's just shot very familiar to this past work that the Transformers has done, and that really put me off really quick. I was really worried. And then I realized it wasn't Michael Bay's explosions.
No, you gotta have the white sparks, okay?
Oh,
you gotta have the white sparks if you're gonna Michael Bay this bit. You gotta have the white sparks.
The filming and the song, when the music kicked up, how hard did you laugh?
You know what? It didn't bother me as much because even listening to that Rolling Stones song, I always imagine myself I was in some Middle Eastern paradise, just floating around and just letting myself go off with the vibe. So I kind of forgave them a little bit in their music selection, no matter how silly it was, albeit this is a pretty silly trailer. I mean, it feels like three movies are meshed into one. I mean, it's not to say that you can't balance action, horror, adventure, and all of that, but it felt like they weren't blending correctly. Somebody did not mix on the blender just right. It broke down, and we have this kerfluffle of just different scenes that look semi-cool, but don't really seem to form anything solid.
Right, I definitely got Transformers meets Suicide Squad meets Tom Cruise.
Oh, give him a chance, Zach.
Give him a chance. And so I did. And despite the trailer, I actually have good hopes for this film.
You know what? It can be good. I will absolutely admit that it can be good. Even though I did see, like, they were definitely, like, a few random little plot holes and stupid decisions made by characters. I mean, off the bat, we get Tom Cruise being Tom Cruise. They show him some priceless and insanely ancient artifact that they're like, oh my god, it's this amazing, like, underground prison that's never been discovered. Bang!
The entire time I'm thinking, oh god, Scientology is inside me!
Oh my god, exactly.
But the reason I'm excited for this, and I did not realize it right off the bat, but Alex Kurtzman, the director, he did The Amazing Spider-Man and Star Trek and Hawaii Five-0.
And Transformers. Do not forget he wrote Transformers.
He wrote it, but he didn't film that. Do you even write for Transformers? I didn't know they had writers until I looked them up. So I'll kind of crawl out of the crevices of the earth. But once I saw that, I'm like, okay, The Amazing Spider-Man, maybe the acting wasn't great. It was filmed pretty good, though. Star Trek was a great hit. And now we got The Mummy. And so I think they actually have a good chance here. We have other than Tom Cruise being in it, which is, it could be hit or miss. We got Annabelle Wallis. We got Russell Crowe. I don't know how much they had to pay him to get on part of this. Jake Johnson. I mean, we got a decent cast going on here.
But see, that's the thing. Sure, we got a decent cast, but how many times have we had a decent cast with a shitty movie? I feel like they are not only not doing anything really all that original here, but they're also like falling into some very common tropes. Like off the bat, we have Tom Cruise, the chosen one. The man out of all the entire world. It was just he has so much great power, and he's going to give all that power to. What is it, like a fountain of youth kind of thing to the mummy? I guess they're going to do like the thing in the originals where he absorbs like the life force and he's afraid of cats.
That's what I was trying to, they didn't really clarify that in the trailer at all. I'm like, you're choosing your life force from a freaking midget? Like,
exactly.
I don't understand why, you're both just as crazy as each other.
They just go with, okay, first of all, Sophia Boutella, she is portraying the mummy in this one. And she has unimaginable power. She is unstoppable. But yet they're like shooting her with the guns that they use in Jurassic World to stop dinosaurs. You know, like they fucking get her ass. And then she's all chained up and everything. It's like we have to like keep her alive just to like put everyone at risk and keep the plot moving, you know? Like they're just falling into very common tropes, very common cliches that you see in a lot of similar like adventure movies.
The other thing I'm worried about, speaking of like tropes and like, I'm sure this thing has about 1,000 plot holes as we're going to watch it. And of course,
I could see them already in the trailer.
I know. And then like, I think I'm really hoping it doesn't do this, but I don't see where else it can go because it doesn't show the ending. I have a really bad feeling that they're going to kill her by finding her heart and stabbing it.
Oh, dude, that is, wow. I didn't even think of that. That is such a bad trope,
and I think that that's their go-to. That was the only thing I could think of them doing. I'm like, how else?
I just figured it out.
A huge plot of you have this god. How the heck are you going to defeat this? And I'm like, oh no, it's a mummy.
Tom Cruise is the heart. He is the heart. All those rats that you see eating his shit alive like they do in Dishonored, they're the good guys, man.
So watch him kill himself for the good of humanity.
Oh man, but I also wanted to bring up one more thing. We are going to have a shared universe. Not only, you know, because it's not enough that Marvel, that DC, that Godzilla and King Kong are going to do their thing. No, we got to have a shared universe with these characters. So I already mentioned we have Sophia Boutella as the mummy. Mm-hmm. We're going to have Javier Bardem as Frankenstein. We're going to have Gerald Butler as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And we're going to have Johnny Depp as the Invisible Man, which I just find hilarious that he's been doing like all of these crazy, heavy makeup kind of portrayals this entire time, but now we're not even going to see him.
I haven't even seen that. I know, I saw that Russell Crowe is Dr. Jekyll, which will be interesting. But I have not seen anything about the Invisible Man in this.
Yeah, so Johnny Depp is going to be the Invisible Man, and I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to have like an Avenger style with all the monsters kind of thing going on.
Yeah, that's really weird.
I would fucking pay to see that. But yeah, and I mean, so going back to Sofia Boutella, I think she might be, speaking about Johnny Depp, following in his footsteps, man, because I have yet to see her portray just a normal human character. In Kingsman, she was like the wannabe like villain from a James Bond movie with the knife feet. And in Star Trek, she was that one alien creature that was like all jacked up in the face that, you know, it looked like a fucking horrible white and black like jack-o'-lantern. And I don't know, man. I feel like she might be going in that path.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely doesn't have as big of a history as Johnny Depp. I mean, she's been around for 10 years, but just hasn't been doing anything too huge. This is definitely going to be her biggest film, I feel.
Yeah.
Which is, could be sad or not, I'm not sure. I mean, we'll see how the film goes, but I feel like she might be overshadowed by the Tom Cruise aspect, or maybe Russell Crowe. I mean, you got those two biggies in there, and I don't know. Hopefully she pulls it off, and she's able to bring more of a character than just a screaming mummy. Because you know that's going to be half of it, you know.
I mean, at least she's going to do the whole face cloud thing, so, you know, we have that.
Anything, I mean, based off the trailer, we're already miles ahead of freaking The Rock being a scorpion. I mean, you remember that?
I am so glad you brought it up, dude, because that is in my all-time favorite CGI effect for how shitty and just atrocious it is. It looks like you might as well have somebody's like giant hand playing with a plastic figurine of The Rock as a scorpion, just bouncing around and like trying to get Brendan Fraser.
It was so fake. It was so bad.
You know what? If anything, I can definitely say that they did improve on the CGI with this one. And I mean, sure, it's not that great of an accomplishment. I mean, Universal, you know, they have their money. But, you know what? One thing is, what if he is the chosen one because the mummy is gonna fuck Tom Cruise? Now listen to me.
Okay, no, I can see this. I see where this is going. There is one shot where I see that about to happen. I have that feel. That very last shot in the trailer, she like mounts him. I'm like,
Because it doesn't make sense if a villain is going to save the hero just for the sake. I mean, that's a huge liability. So he was the only one that survived for some kind of paranormal purpose, the plane crash. He is the only one that seems unscathed in every single scenario. I mean, we see Tom Cruise doing a lot of Tom Cruise things besides running away from explosions and jumping around. For some reason, he likes to be on the ground while cars are bouncing around him. You know, it's the Tom Cruise car dance. Okay, we're gonna make it a thing. But I mean, you know what? I mean, if they're gonna go in this silly path, why not take it all the way? Why not? Let's have some mummy action, is what I'm saying. Are you not down for that?
I am, but I feel that's as good. Oh man, that would destroy my career. Like, could you be known as the mummy fucker? Like, really? Can you imagine the amount of memes are gonna be of that?
But dude, what if he just has this Anakin Skywalker moment where they're like getting down and she's so dry that he's just like, I never liked sand. It's so coarse and it gets everywhere.
It's like sex on a beach.
One can only wish. At least on the beach there's moisture.
Who knows where they're going to take this? I mean, there's so many questions about the plot and everything. It just seems that they're just going to do every single trope. Like, why is she like even like awake? You know, she's still in her coffin. They haven't opened the coffin yet, and all of a sudden everything explodes, and you're like, okay, like, did they not read the lettering on the tomb, like, do not remove me? Yeah,
I just feel like Tom Cruise just ignored all the warnings and he just wanted to shoot something, man. I don't blame the guy. How many times will you get to shoot a sarcophagus? Okay, raise your hand, please. But yeah, dude, I mean, I don't know. This trailer does not give us a whole lot to work with. So, I mean, Yeah, I don't know what to think of it at this point. At least from what I can say, it definitely looks like they're moving away from the more family-friendly approach of the previous ones, and they're tightening it up a little bit, but it doesn't seem like a whole lot.
Right. Yeah.
It's still a lot of loose ends.
A lot of loose ends. Way too many loose ends. And that's the second trailer, too. And they did not reveal anything more from the first one.
That might be a good thing. That might be a good thing, saving all the good shit for the movie. But if this is what you're trying to entice everybody to see The Mummy for, what is it, like the 10th installment, going all the way back to the 30s, I really don't feel like they're doing anything brand new. And following with tropes, it looks like they're gonna do a whole, like, let's save the world kind of scenario. Like, the whole world's at risk. You can see them destroying half of London. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be like another apocalypse, like another world-ending event that they have to stop.
Well, I almost had this feeling of, like, I don't know if you kind of noticed this, but I definitely got a X-Men Apocalypse kind of feeling with the whole Egyptian theme and everything. It was exactly like that, filmed very similar, just minus Wolverine. Like that, you know? Like,
and you know what? I will give this movie props because claustrophobia does work. They do pull that off. When you feel like that scene where he's underwater and where it looks like they're in some kind of like underwater, like tomb or catacomb, that scene where like the mummies are coming at him, that kind of gets to you because it's almost like one of those things where like you watch the character on the screen and you're holding your breath at the same time, you know? Like you could see that kind of working, you know? Like it looks like they kind of have some ideas to go with.
Right. And I think the one that got to me was when he gets flooded by rats. And he's just like laying there, and I'm like, dude, like, what the? Hell no, close your mouth. That would be the worst for me. That would be the worst for me. Also the swimming mummies was another trope. You know, just how they look. I mean, they are.
That is very much Aliens Resurrection. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and it just looks so much similar to the original three. You know, how, like you said, how they're filmed and everything, and. I mean, you can only go so far with a mummy. You can only make it so different. And
that's the sad thing. You really can't, because you can get creative with a mummy because curses are involved. So you have the paranormal and all of this stuff that you could really, like, let's just say that it's like an infection. Like she can create more mummy minions. Off the top of my head, it's a shitty fucking example, but already like.
What I want is they need to film like a Cloverfield, like a mummy series.
A Cloverfield Mummy series. I feel like they can like pull like a Paranormal Activity, but more like a haunted house kind of scenario. Like maybe like they're exploring the pyramids and they're trying to get away from a mummy that you barely even see because it's all dark, you know?
Right, yeah.
Like they could definitely, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is also a bad example, but the first thing that comes up to my head, since we're like in like pyramids and catacombs and all of that, do you remember As Above, So Below?
No, I don't remember that one.
Well, yes, basically like, these bunch of white kids as tourists just go to the catacombs in France. And yes, of course. So, but there's a lot of neat visuals. There's a lot of like neat ideas that really keep you interested. And it's almost like, one of those, it is one of those trippy endings where it's like, what the fuck just happened? You know, if you were asleep the entire time, that would wake you up. And I feel like that would be effective. You know, just have them in like a very claustrophobic, very close-ended scenario where they don't have a lot of options instead of keeping it all out in the open in the middle of the day with all these big cities,
right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, just even the simple design of her, you know, is this very Mummy 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of mixes even the Suicide Squad. That's where I kind of got that feeling was with definitely her, like with the facial designs and everything.
We have yet to see her show her moves while she's like fucking making curses.
Oh, I'm ready for the Mummy shuffle, man. We got the Mummy shuffle. We got the Tom Cruise dodging cars shuffle. You know, we should just make this a musical. It'll be great.
Well, I mean, it can't get any more sillier as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they already have the soundtrack to keep it going.
Yeah. High School Musical 4. You know, it'll be great.
Oh, dude. Zach, what's his last name? The kid from High School Musical? It's not Zach Braff, that's Scrubs. But yeah, whatever the fuck his name is, Zach is gonna get his shit beat in by the fucking mummies. Just waiting for that. Just in the middle of a musical, I am singing in high school. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't know. Do you have anything to add on? Because as far as this trailer, I don't know. There is, sure, there's not a lot to work with, even though it's showing us a whole lot. It just looks like scenes that they came up with together, you know?
Right. It's definitely, I'm very, very torn in this, just because of the cast. We got a decent director going on here. We got some decent visuals, definitely better CGI than the past Rock series, but not much in terms of plot other than basic tropes. So maybe in the next trailer we'll see something a bit more, but then maybe that would be a bad thing, like you said. Maybe they'll just kind of reveal way too much, like trailers sometimes do, and we'll be like, oh, like, yeah, if they do, just stab them in the heart. Great.
Yeah. And unless you got anything else to add, on a good finishing note, I am very much looking forward to The Mummy versus Scorpion King. That is something I will pay good money for, man. We need to get The Rock back, okay?
Oh man, get him a better Scorpion suit on.
No, just make it like all shitty. Like, let's follow the path of the bad CGI, and let's just make it like just a plastic suit he wears. So you can hear him walking like. I am very much looking forward to that.
Sponsored by Walmart.
Oh yes, good old product placement. You can't go wrong. Okay, well, anything else?
Nope, I think that's it. So that again is for the Mummy 2 trailer. We'll also be reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming in our next podcast, so definitely look out for that. And again, any reviews that you have, please let us know. Follow us on Facebook. And I believe that's it, Mario?
No, follow us on SoundCloud.
Definitely SoundCloud and on Facebook. We're both on there, so that's it for cue the review for this week.
All right, good night, everybody.